Assalamu alaikum. I hope you have been well. Ramadan Kareem, or happy Ramadan to all of you. I hope your first day was successful and not too difficult. Ramadan has come this year in the spring, alhamdulillah, and we have all these reminders of renewal around us. I have this beautiful tree in my yard that has just come into bloom as if it's welcoming Ramadan. So there's just such a beautiful reminder in nature always of that process that needs to take place in order for you to bloom and become beautiful. There's going to be that period of death and then the renewal. And the Quran, this is a common theme in the Quran. We see it time and time again. We're told, indeed, in the alternation of night and day, and in whatever Allah has created in the heavens and the earth, are signs for people who are mindful of Him. That's Quran 10:6. So here we see also the renewal from the night into the day. Without our sleeping at night, we couldn't really function during the day as we do. So you, as a creation of Allah, just like all the other creations of Allah, need a time for renewal. And what is that time for renewal? Ramadan. Why do we fast? Now, there are a lot of great answers to this question, but the Quran has told us in verse 2, 183, "O you who have believed, decreed upon you is fasting as it was decreed upon those before you, that you may become righteous." And how does the Quran define righteousness? Well, we're told in verse 2, 177, that righteousness is not merely that you turn your faces to the east and the west, but righteousness is that one believes in Allah and the last day, in the angels, and the book and the prophets, and gives wealth despite his love for it to relatives and to orphans, the helpless, the wayfarer, and to those who ask, and spends in freeing slaves, and observes the Salah prayers, and pays zakah, in the act of those who fulfill their covenant when they enter into a covenant, and of course, those who are patient in hardship and suffering and when in battle. Those are the ones who are truthful, and those are the God-fearing or the righteous, right? We fast to become better, to get renewed, to become more righteous, because as we get farther away from Ramadan during the year, I don't know if it's true for you, but I know for myself, we can get into habits that we broke last Ramadan that aren't necessarily great for our spiritual life. And when we're fasting, it makes us more mindful because we always have that growl on our tummy or the dryness to our mouth. And this reminds us of Allah and why we're fasting. Looking at Ramadan as a time of renewal, a time to better yourself, is going to be the easiest way for your Ramadan to be successful. As someone who did not grow up fasting and so got kind of thrown into Ramadan, it was difficult in the beginning. And at first I did just abstain from food and drink, and that was my fasting. It didn't really take on the deeper meaning that it has for me now. So if that's where you are, if it's your first Ramadan and you're just getting used to renewing your body in this way yearly, then that's good. Allah knows. And we're told, but to fast is best for you if you only knew, in 2:184. So subhanAllah, now we do know through science that this intermittent fasting that we are prescribed every year actually does renew your whole entire body down to the cellular level. And there are a ton of wonderful books and also YouTube videos and articles on that subject. For those who are beginning to fast, maybe your first fast or your second or your third, notice what you did the year before and try to build upon that. So over the years, my Ramadans have evolved, and I have actually grown to look forward to Ramadan. There was a time when I was like, I gotta fast again. But once you understand the beauty in it, that it's only actually benefiting you, it's really good for you, your body, your mind, your spiritual life, then you come in with this positive and thankful attitude that Allah has prescribed this for you as wisdom. And in all things that we are prescribed, there is a wisdom. if we only reflect and know, right? Inshallah, you will find that the more that you practice fasting and the more Ramadans that you have under your belt, the better you will get. And look at it as a time of renewal for you. So the Quran tells us that there are signs all around us of Allah being present, and Allah's creation is a sign for us, and the renewal from winter to spring, and from sleep to waking. All of these are signs for us to understand that everything has a process. And for us as Muslims, revealed to us was fasting is part of our process. It's part of a healing that can take place in your body if it's done properly. Some practical tips, though, I have for someone who is new to fasting are these. Number one, make sure you drink a lot of water. Drink water when you open your fast at iftar. And by the way, opening your fast at iftar, I suggest that you drink water and eat one date and then go and pray Maghrib, so that you can really tuck into iftar after Maghrib and not have to worry about rushing before Aisha. This is the way I prefer to open my fast. Inshallah, that will be helpful to you. Keep the food simple and light. I know by the end of the day you are going to feel like you could eat an elephant, but trust me, if you attempt to eat that elephant, your stomach is going to hurt, and actually you can do damage to your body if you eat too much. So, like in all things, we need to keep that middle road. High quality protein, lots of fresh fruits and vegetables, and water, and maybe a carbohydrate here or there, or a little special dessert. And also don't make it about the food. So keep your iftar simple. If you're cooking for more than an hour, I don't know why. Unless you're feeding a bunch of people, which of course is also good. Give up your caffeinated beverages. And I usually wean myself like 2 weeks off coffee before Ramadan. So throughout the year, it goes back up to like 2 cups of coffee in the morning. So I'll wean myself off to like 1 cup. And usually with just having 1 cup right before Ramadan, I don't get the caffeine headaches and the ill effects of that. And I wouldn't suggest drinking caffeine during Ramadan because it does dehydrate you, and we're already so desperate for water and hydration. And also, it can screw your schedule up, especially if you're going to drink it at iftar. This is going to keep you up way later than you should be, and it will be difficult for you to get up and function as a normal human being. And set yourself some educational goals. Set yourself some goals to get better. So if you're praying only like 2 or 3 times a day, try to make all those 5 prayers. And if you have done the 5 prayers, then try to read a juz a day, or try to read some Quran. My Ramadans have evolved to where now I do a juz a day, and I'm also trying to delve into some tafsir and some deeper understanding of what I'm reading. And, of course, praying the 5 times and abstaining from the food and drink. So build upon what you did the year before. If you did, half of the Quran last Ramadan, try to make it your goal to do the whole Quran this Ramadan. And Allah knows, and have mercy on yourself, as I'm always going to tell you, and as we're always told in the Quran, that Allah has mercy on us. So inshallah, this will be a beautiful renewing time for you. I hope that it's blessed, and you're able to see your family, and you're able to have some beautiful, wonderful memories during this Ramadan. Always wishing you what is better. Assalamu alaikum.